The Chaser's War on Everything is rated M for a mature audience. It contains coarse language and sexual references.
Tonight's episode also contains earnestness, some fairly obvious Howard jokes, the usual humiliation of receptionists, and patchy material that most viewers may find disappointing.
Australia. A very big hello and welcome to the war for another week, and what a bloody war it's becoming, Chris.
Oh, yeah, I almost feel like we're out of a job this week. I mean, who needs us to wage war on John Howard anymore when Costello's doing such a good job of it himself?
He is. I can feel this guy's frustration, but Costello's been very professional about it. He got back to the job preparing the 12th budget immediately.
I know, I saw some of the drafts of the 12th budget. Look at it there. There's some big spending allocation on personal items for himself.
The thing I love most about this is that even though the two of them hate each other, they've got to, go through the motions of having this wonderful working relationship.
Great, isn't it? I know the Spin Doctor's been working overtime, sort of releasing photos to the media of the two men looking incredibly happy together.
Yeah, I thought this one was a bit over the top. As was this one, probably. Although this one was quite realistic, I thought.
Now I know why Costello smirks so much.
Exactly.
But elsewhere this week, did you see Japan is still hoping to push ahead with its slaughter of whales, despite failing to overturn the moratorium at the recent Whaling Commission?
Chris, it's not whale slaughter, it's scientific research.
Right. What are they researching again?
How to kill whales. It's important. It's very scientific work, and look, I'm a big supporter of Japan on this one.
Really?
I am, absolutely. I'm very pro-research. Sometimes you need to kill the thing you love to understand it a little bit better. A point I raised with the Japanese ambassador when I caught up with him last week.
Hello, Ambassador Ueda. Welcome here. We're just wondering, to further strengthen relationships between Australia and Japan, would you agree that we'd be able to kill a couple of Japanese people for research purposes?
What,
Just to further understand Japanese people. I mean, we've done a lot, but if we were able to kill a few of them, we might be able to understand more, like about their pregnancy rates or their feeding patterns.
What are you thinking?
Not you, Ambassador. We're not suggesting we kill you, but you could suggest possibly maybe some endangered Japanese people we could kill possibly. Could you line it up?
He didn't say no. He didn't say no.
I didn't hear a definitive no.
No, so with the ambassador's tacit consent, it was time to get myself a harpoon and go out in search of some Japanese people.
Anata Mori?
Mori? Mori.
Anata Mori? Anata Mori?
No.
Anata Mori?
No.
Kenkyu. Research. Research, yes. Now Mori?
Mori.
Can I kill you for research purposes?
No.
No? You like a harpoon. You didn't die. How am I going to learn about you now? For research purposes? Oh, you want to show me how to do it? Okay, I'm not very good at it. Ah, you got the harpooning experience, yes. I'll get you.
Come on into the soccer store. It's our end of season. No one gives a shit anymore sale. Bring your truck, bring your trailer, and bring the bandwagon you've fallen off. Interest rates have been slashed to 0. Look at the rubbish in this window. Nobody wants it anymore. And we have to shift a giant oversupply of those stupid car aerial flags. Look at the rubbish in this window. Nobody wants it anymore. We have to get rid of a massive oversupply of these car on the surprise spruiker. Yeah.
No, you don't want me.
Oh, you don't want me?
No. Try somebody else.
Now, Andrew, you might recall, a few weeks ago, I decided to start issuing some random fines and tickets to people that I don't like.
What do I do wrong?
This is for being a parking inspector.
Yeah, and since they went to air, we've had quite a few letters from people who say it's unfair to pick on people who are just doing their job, except when they're parking inspectors. It's good on you.
Yes, yeah. You know, I've been thinking about this, though, and I actually think it was a bit unfair to single out parking
really?
inspectors. I mean, there are plenty of other people who piss me off and who also deserve an on-the-spot fine, yeah, even down in the ABC car park.
Not having the guts to publish Jonestown and sucking up to your Liberal Party mates. It's a $90 fine.
I still haven't paid it. But, you know, I've got into the spirit of this issuing tickets things. I really enjoy it. In fact, when I think about it, there's another class of people on our roads who annoy me even more than parking inspectors. I'm the Citizens Infringement Officer. Okay. I'm giving you a ticket for being an obnoxious tool. All right? What's that?
License plates.
Yeah, what does it say?
NSX GT.
What sort of car is this?
Honda NSX.
It means you're a wanker, mate. That's $100. We're just booking wanker number plates. You got BMW 025. Sorry, that's a try-hard number plate, mate.
Hey, good. You came with the car.
We didn't need to be told it was a BMW. That is a $100 fine. Personalised number plate and an extra $50 for a daggy name.
It's worth money, so that's why I was left on the cart. Playboy.
All right, try hard spelling, $150. Yeah, mate. Pulp 1. Both pretentious and confusing. That, my friend, is a $100 fine. I'm giving you a ticket for driving a Volvo. I'm the Citizens Infringement Officer. I'm giving you a ticket for being a wanker. What does that say?
DRIF7N.
Is that trying to say drifting?
Oh?
Is that what it's trying to say? Is it trying to say?
Serious, man?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a wanker number plate, my friend. It's $100.
Are you fucking serious, man?
Yep.
What the fuck? Don't be a dickhead, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, you take that good advice yourself. I mean, drifting.
What are you gonna do, man?
I'm gonna book you.
Huh?
I'm gonna book you, give you a
Fuck,
ticket.
You don't even have any power.
Hey, come on.
You don't even have any fucking hair, man.
Mate, I'm just doing my job, all right? Can't do that, my friend. That's another fine.
If you touch my car, I'm gonna fucking smash it.
Ripping up my ticket, that's $200.
The World Cup may be over, but for the next generation of Australian players, the journey is only just beginning. And among those hoping to follow in the footsteps of Tim Cahill and Harry Kewell are these 5 remarkable conjoined brothers, already dubbed the Quinny-Roos.
I think being quintuplets all joined at the shoulder, a lot of people never gave us a chance, but that was until they saw how well we defended.
The 5 brothers train 7 days a week, a punishing fitness schedule that includes weights, aerobics, and plenty of ball work. The Quinny-Roos originally started their career as midfielders.
Have a shot! Yeah!
And it wasn't until 5 years later that coaches realized their real talent was keeping goal. But even so, being quintuplets does have its disadvantages.
It gets a bit tricky, sure. Like most of us like a good night's rest before a game, whereas Chris likes to go a little bit harder.
And even though many believe the brothers could be the secret weapon Australia needs, not all the Quinny-Roos themselves share the green and gold dream.
I personally can't stand soccer. I'm into model trains. But, you know, what could I do? I didn't have the numbers.
Remember these faces. South Africa in 2010, here they come.
Now, as a lounge singer, I'm extremely disappointed that politicians want to ban the tour of death metal group Cannibal Corpse on account of their lyrics being too violent. Well, I disagree. Take a look at them. The lyrics aren't the problem, it's the music. So, in case they can't tour, I've created a lounge music arrangement using the actual words to the Cannibal Corpse song, Rancid Amputation. Rip 'em through flesh is what I do best. Tear off an arm, amputate a neck.
eyes removed, cranium smashed, decomposing remains severed in half. Torsos hang from their own intestines, ripped of all bodily extensions. Stumps writhing with infection, suffering a rancid amputation. My muscles tighten as I feel the rush. I look at your corpse starting to gush. Internal rot beginning to clot. I'll swallow your pus. Suffering rancid, suffering rancid, suffering and amputation. Hack, rip, slice, carve, chop, tear, carving out your eyeballs, watch them steer. Tear, rip, slice, carve, chop, hack, shove the entrails into a sack. Dying slowly, never to rest. Nerves are quivering as I rip. Removal of life on the blade of my knife. And now my very favorite Cannibal Corpse lyric of all. Rape the limbless cadaver.
Andrew Hansen and the Dominic Knight Orchestra. Now, Chazzy, we've been following the saga of Jonestown, which is Chris Masters' unauthorised biography about the 2GB broadcast of Alan Jones, and which the ABC decided not to publish at the 11th hour last week.
For purely commercial reasons,
Purely
of course,
commercial reasons.
Of course. In fact, it was such a commercially sound decision, the ABC actually lost money on the book. They lost a $50,000 advance just for paying Masters to write the thing.
Beautiful decision. But my question is, just because the ABC wouldn't run it, would Masters have had more luck getting his book out to the public on another station?
Say another station like,
2GB?
Well, to find out, I decided to ring up Alan Jones himself to see if I could read out slabs of Chris Masters' work live on his 2GB breakfast show.
131873. Neil, hello.
Hi, Alan. Hi.
Well, thanks.
I just wanted to talk about the leadership issue.
Yes.
I reckon that Costello ought to just wait until Howard's ready to step aside. I mean, there's no rush. It actually reminds me of something I read the other day about this, and I quote, Jones should have been riding high, but there was thieving in the boarding houses. The housemasters...
Is all that about? Unbelievable. Peter, hello.
Now, before we get into it, we have an urgent update about youth going wild. So forget about your out-of-control teens. Today Tonight has revealed the age of criminals is getting younger and younger.
The township is at mercy of youth gangs, including children as young as 6 years old.
Now, we have some live vision of this town in crisis, and I've got to say, it's not looking good. Please don't kill me.
Also, in brief, a current affair taught us about obsessive-compulsive disorder.
What are you going to catch off the sink, do you think?
Germs, contamination, things that are going to make me sick, make me ill.
It's very hard to fathom that disorder, isn't it?
It is hard to fathom, Tracy. Where do you think that girl could have gotten such ideas from?
Helen's sink recorded 1.5 million bacteria. Carlin's sink was worse, 1.8 million bacteria.
But on to today's lesson, Neighbours from Hell. Now, one thing that amazes me about these reports is the sheer bravery of the journalists.
Oh, intrepid and fearless. I mean, look, forget your foreign correspondents in Afghanistan. These current affairs guys go after lethargic hoarders. They confront extremely old ladies, and I admire the courage of this dithering spruikers on the back of trucks.
You've got something to hide?
And they don't do it just once either, Andrew, but over and over again. For instance, this is a report from January when an eccentric old lady's behaviour forced a guy to pack up and move house.
This is the way it's been in Ponderosa Parade on Sydney's northern beaches for too many years.
Bye. Bye, house.
It's very dangerous driving while playing the banjo.
But Andrew, the fact that guy moved away and the story was actually over, now that's no reason to leave the woman alone.
Oh, no.
And it's certainly no reason Today Tonight can't use the same footage of the same man and the same neighbour to rehash that story again in May.
Stop spitting on me.
She's at the centre of Australia's longest neighbourhood dispute.
And yet again in June. 5 whole months after the conflict had been resolved.
Right. Now, the funny thing about Bad Neighbours, though, I don't know if you've noticed, is that they only ever move into paradise. They don't just show up any old where.
Well, that's certainly the case with when At the Movies moved next door to us.
It was an idyllic office where peace reigned and all was well with the world, until he moved in next door.
Get away! Bloody kill you! Go away!
I'll give him 4 stars, Andrew.
I disagree, 2.5.
Well, enough of crazy pensioners. Let's move on to the other kind of Neighbours from Hell story, massive beat-ups. Some of these stories attain almost newsworthy proportions.
Now, how would you feel if your neighbour started building a towering mega mansion next door?
So it's not just a mansion, it's not just a towering mansion, it's a towering mega mansion.
Now, let's look at this towering mega mansion of Naomi's. How big do you reckon it was?
It's a metre higher than it should be.
Geez, now the beat-ups don't end there. Look, this next chap was a bit put out by his neighbour who was feeding these noisy birds.
Sorry, hang on. Birds?
Feeding birds.
No, they weren't birds.
Imagine your backyard constantly engulfed by the piercing screams of 100 tiny jet engines.
Is that?
Oh, yeah, well, and that was a positive... That was an understatement compared to this lady's argument.
So hang on, an argument?
Argument.
No, it wasn't an argument.
It's just erupted into World War III.
It was a major international conflict.
Yes, apparently fought in the air by hundreds of tiny jet engines.
Now, for those of you keeping track of your world wars, this was World War I, this was World War II, and this is World War III.
You did start that. Little Miss Tammy Gilchrist over there, never done nothing.
Lest we forget. But despite all appearances, these Neighbours from Hell stories are much more than just an excuse to beat up on the fragile and vulnerable. In fact, Naomi Robson was particularly sensitive in one report.
But we'd ask you not to blame the people who live in these circumstances because as we've discovered, a lot of these residents are in need of help and support and they're simply not getting it.
Ah, that's right.
That's true.
Yes.
It's true.
But we ask you not to blame Naomi Robson for that completely understandable error.
I'm obviously a homosexual.
Forget double entendres. This Friday, it's single entendres aplenty on Are You Being Shagged?
I've just been to the bakery, Mr. Parker. Would you like to feel my warm bun?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'll give him a squeeze.
No, I meant, would you like to fondle my buttocks?
The world's first single entendre British cum.
Is that a picture of your ass?
No. This is a picture of my ass.
Ah, Miss Beesdale, going down?
I certainly am.
Comedy at its most literal. Friday at 10:15 on ABC. Oh, shall I perform cunnilingus?
And in other news this week, Network 10 revolutionised television with their new show, Honey, We're Killing the Kids.
Yeah, this is an incredible series. They've got this morphing computer that can predict how fat and ugly your kids will look when they grow up.
It's amazing stuff. We managed to get our hands on the software here.
Let's give it a go, eh?
Let's have a look. If you put me in here, this is what I'll look like when I turn 70. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. Yeah. That's really interesting because when I try the computer, I get a slightly different result.
Yeah. Very handsome. Let's try Chaz. Chaz would be even
Yeah, let's
more
give
fun.
Chaz a go.
Chaz in 50 years, let's see. Very similar sense of humour. Yeah. Meanwhile, after Italy's World Cup win, passionate Socceroo fans have claimed the World Cup victory as our own, given that we were cheated out of a victory by the Italian dive and Italy went on to win. So we went down to the Italian consulate to claim our rightful prize.
This year to present the World Cup for Australia. Can we get it?
Chaz, where is it? We got the World Cup. I must have it in here. We want it. That is a penalty. That is a red card, my friend. Come on.
We just won the World Cup, mate. Please. You saw it, didn't you?
Please.
You saw it. Come on. You guys have seen the penalty. Oh, my head. They're never looking the weakest. I can't stand it anymore. Now can we have the World Cup? It's ours, rightfully ours. Come on. We need to leave. We need to leave. Oh, you get the idea. It's okay.
We'll get you in 2010.
I don't worry about starting it, I worry about fucking stopping it. I know how to start it.
How do we keep it on zero, guys?
It's all right, I got this one over here.
Yep.
Fucking useless bloody thing.
Time once again for another ad road test, sizing up the claims made on TV commercials to see if they stack up in real life.
And this week, George hit us on the guest book, drawing our attention to the nationwide campaign for Coles supermarkets featuring Lisa McCune.
And it's particularly timely since Coles laid off 1,000 jobs this week, despite Lisa's recent boasts on the ad.
Sometimes life's so busy that we forget to celebrate what's important. For Coles, it's not only about creating jobs.
Hang on. Can we just go back to that graphical sign for a second?
I think we might need to change that now.
That's better.
There we go.
That's better. Anyway, back to our road test. And Lisa McCune, obviously, she makes many claims in these ads, but the claim George particularly wanted us to test was this one.
Coles is listening. Coles is listening. Really listening.
Coles is listening. They're really listening, which is great news because it's very hard to find a good listener these days.
I know. But are Coles' listening skills all they're cracked up to be? Just how good at listening are they?
Especially when you're in the 12 items or less queue. Email break today. And the worst part was that one of the emails I was waiting for, it actually reminds me of winter flowers. You know, rhododendron? I'm just so allergic to them all the time. It's just always sneeze and sneeze. You know what it's like. But anyway, what was I talking about?
50 cents, mate.
My email. Sorry. It's a funny story, that tie. He insisted on a pink tie, my Uncle Peter. So we actually had to end up getting a white tie and dyeing it pink to keep him happy. He's a crazy guy. Anyway, a lot of people actually say that I'm a lot like that guy from Police Academy, you know, the one who makes the noises. So I was wondering if you could just listen to my eagle. Listen to this. It's important because she hasn't seen her knees.
There's people waiting.
I understand, that's
All right,
fine.
darling.
No, she actually broke her leg. I've actually got the x-rays here.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have time like this. I've got a surgery.
Look at the x-rays. Look at
I
this.
can't. 55 cents, thank you, sir. I'll have to call security. I can't look at them. I don't have time.
Oh, look, I'm in a huge rush. I've got to get out of here. I don't have time to mess around.
I'll help you. 55 cents.
Oh, well, that's why I want to show you the x-rays.
I'm trying to help you get out, sir, quickly, please.
So wait, you don't want to listen? You don't want to listen?
I can't listen.
Look at these ones. There's nothing wrong with that brain, is there? They say I got brain problems. Look at that. How about this one here? Look at that. I don't even know what that is. And so I thought I'd go for Australian Idol this year. So can you just listen to me sing and just tell me what you think? I believe I can soar. I think of every open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Sorry, she's listening to me.
Relax.
You don't like my singing? I can do other songs. When a hero comes along. I just think you should listen to this. I think it'll be quite good for you. Aaron Place, Carlingford, 233N16. Just listen to this. This is good. Aaron Place, Plumpton, 228R11. It's a street directory. It's only going to take a second. Aaron Place, Silverdale, 283M16. There's only 26 more letters to go. But hang on, I've still got B through to Z. I haven't even got to the Abingdongs yet.
Well, that's just extraordinary. That's terrible.
Very disappointing. What happened to their client? Very disappointing.
Now, talk about misleading advertising. A lot of those ears looked very closed to me.
I know. That was Chaz at his most interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine if he'd hit them with his boring material.
I know. So, it seems once again the ad has failed the test. The advertisers have lied to us.
I haven't given up yet, mate. No.
Is there more?
Just because the checkout staff and security guards aren't such great listeners doesn't mean the whole company is. So next I decided to go to the very top, to the very face of Coles itself.
You don't know.
No.
Oh, yes,
No.
I do. I mean Lisa McCune herself. I've just broken the button of my jacket.
Oh,
See, have a look at this, right? I only got my jacket 2 weeks ago, right? And so that's not an appropriate lifespan for a jacket, right?
That's all right. Come with me and talk as we walk.
What, do you reckon you could sew something there?
I tell you what, if you come and sit down and go, we'll get a needle and thread in here and I'll fix it for you.
Oh, fantastic.
I do have to have a meeting.
It's actually more than just the button. Because I got my CAT scan. It looks fine to me. I was called my telemarketer, right? And it really hurt my head, and I just got a real headache, right? Because, you know, as telemarketers are like, they just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Okay,
and
one sec. I'll just be a minute.
Just a minute, sorry. You know, the telemarketers, they just go on and on and on. There's nothing you can do about it. I said to the telemarketer, I've got a headache, I just don't want to listen to you, which actually reminds me of a joke about telemarketers, right? When I got my jacket, I also got these jeans, as you can see.
Come on, stand up for a sec. Have a look at this.
I find the jeans very constricted. Have a look at this.
I need to see your calves.
Okay, all right, there we go. There we go.
What's going on with them? Your socks are too tight. You've got a pair of socks on that are far too tight.
It's amazing. I actually want to talk to you about that as well.
About the way you roll.
Yes!
Now,
you can read my mind.
What I want to do is give me this
Listen,
jacket.
McEwen, you really, really listen. He does.
I've never seen her strip anyone on any of the calls. But she did listen to you.
She did listen. She was a damn sight better than the checkout staff anyway. Although, actually, maybe from now on, Coles should put her permanently on the till, like she used to be.
Absolutely flat out. Not surprising, though, with cash cuts like these and our new low price policy.
Yes, even gold Logie winners were once bogans.
Well, that's it from us tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you next week.
Good night.
Welcome, qualified for it?
Yeah.
Going back. Very good. More yoga. Just send it over. Oh, good. Thanks. You got some cornflakes over there, mate?
You like?
Qualified?
Oh, qualified.